Hey ladies, we're going to be outside today. It's kind of windy, but it's really, really nice. So I'm going to be going over my experience with Cytotec today. Today's actually October 2nd. This whole process started September 8th, and a lot has happened since then. So September 8th, I go into my OB. This is now 3 weeks of finding out your baby's not growing. We were waiting for the heartbeat to stop. Missed miscarriage, nothing's happening, no bleeding or anything like that. So September 8th, I go in and he asks me what I want to do. He doesn't mention drugs, he doesn't mention the name Cytotec or DNC. I had done some research and found the name of that drug and asked him about that, and he said, that's an option if that's something you want to do. And I said, yes, let's do that. So instead of writing me out a prescription for the drug, he actually went and got a pill and told me, basically take it, you're going to experience cramping, bleeding, and it's going to last around a week. Once it tapers off, come back and we're going to do an ultrasound and make sure that everything's cleared out of your system. So we ended up having family come and stay with us actually that night. They're from Florida. They were getting out because of Hurricane Irma, and I wasn't about to take a pill to start that process with a bunch of people in my house. So they leave September 12th. They leave that morning. And my husband actually took off work because I had decided I wanted to take the pill then. And we have a 2-year-old, so, if I'm bent over in pain or, needing to stay on the toilet or, whatever, someone can take care of our kid. So I take the pill that morning. It was probably like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I've seen other women's videos about how it's so difficult to take that pill, just knowing what you're doing. And I wasn't expecting that to be difficult, and it really, really, really was. I actually had my husband put the pill in my mouth, and I swallowed it. I read that you need to drink lots of water. And then we waited and, hung out and waited, and nothing happened. He kept on, looking at me, and he's like, you feeling okay? Are you cramping? Is anything going on? And there was absolutely nothing. The only symptom that I found is I was even actually hoarse from having like a sore throat, but there was not a twinge. There wasn't anything happening whatsoever. So 5 hours pass, and I had already looked up and seen that, and this is a 200 milligram pill. Everything that I read, these women were taking 200 milligram pills every 4 to 6 hours. My doctor gave me 1 pill, and nothing's happening. Again, I want to get this ball rolling. I want to get stuff done. So I actually call my OB's office, and I lied to them, and I said that I took the pill a day prior and nothing's happened. And she said, okay, we're going to call you in 2 more pills. So they call me in 2 more pills. I go and I pick those up. I take those 2 pills. 10, it's now 6 o'clock at night. I take those 2 pills, and we're waiting and waiting, and nothing's happening. That night, we had put our baby to bed, and I got up, and I felt like a rush of blood, which I had already put a panty liner in, and I got kind of excited, okay, we're about to finally do this, and there was a little bit of blood, but then nothing after that. I didn't have any bleeding throughout the night or that morning. There was nothing. So I call the doctor and say, nothing's happened. and he prescribes 2 more pills, and I take those, and big surprise, lo and behold, nothing happens. So at this point, I'm extremely frustrated. I don't know that the pills were prescribed to me as they should have been. I feel like I wasted time and money on something that did nothing. But, you know, my husband was away from work, and we're, you know, I don't know. I was very frustrated about it. So I go in to see him on the 18th. So now we're September 18th. This is a Monday. That's when I called and I said, hey, I've now taken 5 Cytotec pills. Total, nothing's happened. And the way that their office works, you call like the receptionist desk, and then they get with the doctor's nurse, and then they call you back and tell you what to do. So my grandmother was like on her deathbed, literally, and I had stayed the night with her before, didn't sleep, was up all night. I was calling to try to schedule an appointment further down in the week, and this nurse calls me back, and she's like, sounds panicked, and I'm like not exaggerating this whatsoever. She sounds panicked, and she was like, he wants to see you today. And I'm kind of like hesitant, and she goes, you need to come in today. And so I'm like, okay, you know, what's the available appointment time? And they tell me, and I get off the phone, and I, you know, calling family wanting to go see my grandmother, and they're like, you know, she seems to be doing fine right now. I'm sure you'll have time to go to your appointment, and y'all can see where I'm going with this. On my way to my appointment, I get the text that she's passed away. It was a really crappy day. So I get there, this emergency sounding appointment that I need to go to was basically him saying, we need to schedule you for a D&C. You have had this miscarriage for so long that we're now, you know, risking infection and other things that can happen. So we need to schedule you a D&C. I could have done that over the phone. I couldn't schedule my D&C until that Friday. Again, this was on a Monday. He did want to see me the following day to do the D&C, but I don't have anyone to watch my kid, and obviously I would need somebody with me. So that was a really crappy day. So again, and I did mention to him, you know, that I had Googled and looked up. I got a little eye roll. I really do love my OB. But I told him everything that I saw said take 2 pills at once and do every 2 to 4 hours. You know, why weren't we doing that? And he said that in my case, he had never experienced someone that had nothing happen. And in most cases, people are experiencing severe cramping and severe bleeding just off of the 1 pill, that he tapered his prescription back thinking that, you know, they don't need the 2, that 1 was working. And so, I don't know, I'm assuming that that's just an issue that I ran into. I don't know. So yeah, nothing happened with me. I'm really curious if any of y'all have been prescribed Cytotec. How were y'all prescribed it? Were any of y'all just taking 1 pill? Did anything happen? And in my next video, I'm going to be doing my D&C video. And we'll keep you guys up to date on after the recovery process of all of that. I'm finally back to normal and feeling better than I was before, so that's really good. So I'll see you guys next time.